The one that's recorded probably the greatest number of cards around challenges would be destination. There's a mixture here, however, of challenges and some great ideas. And so for me to do this very quickly, we've got a mixture of things around promotion and destination. We've got some comments here around the sorts of centres or facilities we could put in place, such as a visitor information, movie theatre that we've heard of, specific placemaking ideas. Comments that it's difficult because the centre is fragmented and that wayfinding is a problem. We need more accommodation, and people have picked up on some of the comments that Stephen talked about as to where they could be. Comments around playgrounds as well, and making it affordable and safe to actually get there. There is a note of caution, which is extreme development could ruin the openness. So that's a little comment I would suggest around balance. Street activation. We have a lot of ideas, actually. So you fast forward, which I love. People have talked about things like lowering the red tape to make it easier to have new businesses, no council fees for street dining, creating an urban village in the town, getting the okay to do street art and murals in Logan laneways, that would help to activate it. The need for things like in the town square, full-time innovation cafe, co-working makerspace. Maybe Jock will talk to that a little bit later. Nighttime economy, we need one. I believe that's what it's saying. People are talking about the need for an entertainment precinct, better lighting. Thinking about how to make that trade at night profitable so that we move it from, it'd be lovely to have, but actually that we need to make it profitable and that there's no centralised restaurant location. The need to convince business to work together to put on street dining and social interaction events. And the frequency also is an issue. So it's not just the place, but the frequency. And there are some barriers that have been identified as well as lighting. For example, removing bollards. We've got homeless strips, enable nightlife and engagement in space. So we've got quite a range of barriers for that nighttime activity. The investment attraction covers everything from the need for more private sector investment through to the types of businesses that people are looking for, such as a 4-star hotel, or going down to the level of thinking about what would it take to attract investment. Is it around the decentralisation of government services? Is it around identifying catalyst projects? There's also a comment there about the fact that we need to follow through on the ideas and that maybe in the past some of the commitments haven't been followed through for underinvestment attraction. Visual character has sort of been picked up largely in some of the others. Some of the new comments are, oh, crappy showgrounds. A Beenleigh city less grey. Blank walls. Open up showgrounds caravans. Get the community to agree to the proposed outcomes. Courtroom stigma. Natural environment. Trees, treescaping, shades, open places. Safety, a lot of comments around CCTV, reputation and public perception that links to the courthouse again, and the mixing up of socio-economic housing solutions. So dotting social housing in with more affluent areas. Cultural identity, lack of a clear identity, funding for the historical village, and comments around tourism. Last 4, entertainment and events. We need child-friendly spaces. Consider public liability, playgrounds. There's not enough things to do. We need to overcome bylaws. Buskers, yes please. Connect the city to the centre to the rivers. The need for permanent markers, signatures events. Barriers to community use of public land. And a lack of a defining annual event. And forgive me if I haven't spoken to your card. Under heritage and history, comments around Indigenous involvement, more displays of heritage, lack of appeal to visitors, the Cane Festival. Grow, plus without losing the point of difference that we do have this history and community and people. Under accessibility and transport, there's a lot of comments around walkable city, active transport, comments around the cars in the city, that the train station, we need it to be more creative and have better access. Cycling paths, there's quite a lot of comment there around active transport and public transport, as well as shady walkways from one facility to another. And I've got to say that the theme that had the fewest cards as challenges was parking and infrastructure. So, and under parking and infrastructure, I will just say NBN appears a couple of times. And there are comments around parking, insufficient climate-friendly outdoor areas, example, concrete areas, more cafes, and better management of car parking assets.